Okay, hi everyone. I'm going to try to video this, but it's kind of difficult to get a good close-up. But I'm going to spend some time designing a purfling corner. At the end of this video, I'll show you a real Stradivari corner. Once I design and lay out and install the purfling on this corner, I'll compare it to the Strad and see how close I get. And I have a feeling mine won't be as good as his, but I'm going to do my best. So I'm going to show you how I'm laying out the purfling corners. First, I'm going to measure in 3 millimeters from the end of the corner. Hopefully this shows up well on camera. It's hard to get a good close-up, but I'm trying to. So I'm going to mark in 3 millimeters and another mark at 5 millimeters. So there's a 3 millimeter mark and a 5 millimeter mark. If you're not familiar with the term bee sting, Stradivari made his purfling come to a very sharp point, like the stinger of a bee, and that's why it's referred to as the bee sting. And this is the upper bout, and this is the C bout. So the way it's normally done, or the way he would have done it, is to bring the purfling. Well, his purfling would have been 4 millimeters in from the edge. Mine is going to be about 4.5 millimeters. Let me double check my measurement. So the very point of the purfling would come out to this 3 millimeter line, and the actual purfling, the two pieces of purfling, will actually join at the 5 millimeter line. So what I'm going to do is draw a line parallel with the edge from the upper bout, going out to that 3 millimeter line. And then from the C bout, coming into the 5 millimeter line. And that's pretty close. So this outer line here marks the what's referred to as the bee sting. It's the pointy part of the purfling that extends out a little further than the rest of it. I'll just sketch in the purfling would be kind of like this, and with the join right there in the center, and then that leaves a little triangle shaped piece right here that would be kind of cut away slightly. And that's a typical Stradivari style corner. So I'm going to use my purfling cutter now to actually cut the lines, and I'm going to install some purfling. So I'll be right back. First I'm going to erase the pencil lines, and then I'll come back with the purfling cutter. Okay, so I've got the purfling cutter ready, and if I've done it right, the purfling should come to a point at this line with a slight extension to the next line. From the upper bout is where the extension comes from. Sorry, the camera is shaking. So that would be represent the outer edge of the purfling. So I spent a little time readjusting my purfling cutter to cut the inside line. So I'm going to do that now. Make sure that's in camera view. Okay. I think I got my lines a little too wide, and that's why you practice on a scrap before doing it for real. Let's zoom out a little. I have the purfling channel cut deep enough for a practice run, and I'm just going to erase the pencil lines. I don't need those now. Okay, so this little corner right here, I'm going to cut that away. And that's what it's going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and install some purfling. Okay, here's my practice corner. Didn't turn out too bad. Not as good as a Strad, but not too bad. One thing I didn't do very well is lining up the black and white strips, especially this coming in from the seabout. I could have done better there. I'll show you. There's a close-up. It's not too bad though. Well, real quick before I get to the Stradivari corners, I wasn't too thrilled with how that corner turned out, so I did another one, and this one turned out better. I got the black and white strips matched up better, and I put a narrower groove so the purfling fits nice and tight in there. And see if I can get a close-up. I think that's about as close as I can get with the iPhone. But anyway, yeah, I think that one turned out better. It's not bad. Not as good as a Strad, but it's good enough for me. Okay, now I'm going to show you the two Stradivari corners. The first one is called the Harrison. It was made by Stradivari in 1693. And then the next one is Le Messie, the Messiah. It was made by Stradivari in 1713. And so if you'd like to see a couple of real Strad corners, take a look at those. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.